power play time for him. Here he takes Sheelox up on top of the blocker side. Sheelox, who won the American League Golden Cup championship last year with the Sox.
And Susie played it down low. Just one shot on goal for New York. Eric Carlson scaled the ground. Ryan Shea pitches in. And now Sam for the Rangers. This is here's one of the surprises of the training camp.
They have a rookie award every year at camp, the Rose Hill Schulberg Award, and Rangers started a great player in the WHA game. Some years ago,
in 6 points in 6 games in the preseason for the Rangers. 2-3. This is the first time Mike Sullivan has seen his full lineup. Timmy Tanner didn't play at all in the regular season, nursing some injuries in the preseason. JT Miller played in just 1 game. Watson there on the forecheck. Allen getting wanted at age 39 in his last season of his contract. This could be the end of his career. Back to the postseason after 3 years out. Robinson, created an acquisition. 6 players in the league. Has a problem to set up by Will Curry. Justin Brazel, big second line, centered by Walker. The side of the net. Walker's goal. Empty there for New York, and it comes through the market. He banked it out, lost the glass. Now Kendall, the 11th player taken in the first round of most recent NHL draft. For him, straight to the NHL at age 18. It got blocked and Carrick took the turn and fire. After Carlson caught the original try. So the series. Jones, who now can't stop it at the point. And it's retrieved by Carlson. Back into his own zone, more than 6 minutes play. The shots are 4-1 for Pittsburgh.
Well, Pittsburgh came out of that Ranger pressure with a quick man advantage break.
Shot was blocked by Will Morgan and played ahead. Sent on net by Morgan. And the battle won center ice. Second pair with the player out of the ring.
Selecting JT Miller as the player and captain of franchise history, and he said he wanted it to be more than a head coach decision. It had to be organizational. So he had many conversations with their GM, Chris Drury, along with the Rangers leadership group, and they decided Miller was the man. JT has said it's an honor of a lifetime to be the captain of the Rangers in this their centennial season. He said there will be transparency in his room. Every player will know their role and what is expected.
An intense competitor. Miller has had some really struggled, but I think the Rangers in New York fit Miller's personality.
still thinking they could strengthen their team and make the playoffs. He played very well down the stretch for the Rangers, but they missed the postseason. Crosby sent it back to the line there. Got his traffic down in front. Fox couldn't clear. Bouncing puck, swept to the boards by Zibanejad. Waving it. On the sideline with Crosby and Rakell. Centering pass. And here's a penalty. An interference call going against New York, so Pittsburgh will get its first power play as Adam Fox is heading.
One of the things the Rangers are talking about with Mike Sullivan is how it's got the two teenagers on the ice. It's Crosby's on the bench. They just finished their shift. Kindle and Bruin on the power play here for the Penguins.
The 18-year-old Kendall taking the draw with Trocheck, one of the best face-off men in the NHL. His first face-off.
Another one of those big Penguins most of last year with an ACL injury. He had surgery and can really shoot the puck to former Detroit first round.
Take over something and actually know where to go, but particularly when you have guys like Letang and Malkin and Carlson, you should have had a power play. Letang, he has 20 in the season. Crosby couldn't stop it at 7. Matthews has Letang and Carlson out there to kill it. The Rangers did well last year with score short-handed goals. They had 18 of them to lead the league.
There's no lot for the Rangers will be able to kill him here in his first game.
Down to 20 seconds left on the Pittsburgh power play. The stick was tied up by Malkin. Runs over Ryan Shea. Shea lost the puck to Panarin. Now Trocheck back to the line. Shea got the puck to the line. Right along for Trocheck. Lazak got in the way. Shea went down, but his knees tried to skip around. They got blocked by Trocheck. Getting to the center of the ice, delivering the body. Wotherspoon put it in behind. Stopped by Shesterkin. Going a good way through the first period. Last year on opening night, these two teams played here, and the Rangers won 31 save shot for Shesterkin. Schneider blocked it. Now JT Miller starts the Rangers the other way. Carlson. Boy, what a
The save couldn't find the rebound, and it popped past him to his left. But a couple of stops here for early on.
And the great puck comes from Anthem. And good work on the back check by Sherry. Who made the Rangers professional triumph agreement in training camp yesterday. They signed a 2-year deal. Two-way contract, $775,000, which is the NHL minimum. It's a nice minimum.
It is a nice minimum, but it also doesn't hurt when the head coach knows you so well from the days in Pittsburgh.
16 and 17 under Mike Sullivan his first 2 years. At the line, this in the Ryan Shea out on defense with Letang. The season for Letang and Malkin in the 21st. It's the story of the trio in NHL history. 700 points. Lafreniere, Blair was brought down by Waterstone. Associate Lafreniere. Trying to get it through the neutral zone, sending deeper guys a advantage. And now Carlson the other way. Crosby to an open corner. Jackson and deeper. That's the second line out for New York. Jones had trouble for a moment. Here to get it to Koivunen. Crosby stopped inside. They're 89 points to lead the Rangers last year, but that was down from 120 the year before.
Year 7 of his contract for free agency into the hands of the Rangers last 6 years. Brilliant players. Reached the jump again like 2 years ago.
Last year at that deal now. So he was a free agent, came over from Columbus. And here is Panarin. Teams are changing as we approach 5 minutes to go in the first period. 7 minutes without a whistle.
Well, I guess with a triple header game all the time.
Couldn't advance it. He's a newcomer to the Rangers. Beautiful save by Shesterkin. Powell can take back in, but was hindered by Sherry. Jones played it into the corner. They play it around in front. Start by Shesterkin and play back.
Minutes were overshot, and the Penguins get 2 big touchdowns in a row. center fielder Shesterkin has been sharp. Expect the Rangers have been better when they've cycled the puck down around the Pittsburgh net. But 20 straight years of a point per game or more for Sidney Crosby in just a remarkable career.
Longest such streak in NHL history, every season of his career. Wayne Gretzky at 19 with a point per game or more. 1,687 points for Sid the Kid, now 38 years old. He's 37 points away from passing Mario Lemieux for a all-time in the league, and when he does that, he'll be the #1 all-time scorer in Penguins history.
That's a high bar, isn't it? You just want to be the high scorer of your team. You got to get to 1,700 plus points. He'll be the captain of Canada's entry at the Olympics in February.
Showing no signs of slowing down. Crosby comes into this season with 90 points plus each of the last three. He's the first player ever to do that in the NHL. 3 seasons with 90 plus points at age 35.
He's just 2 games in the last couple of years. He's just a player still at his age. It's really something to watch him play.
His conditioning. Ryan Shea played it off. That shot was blocked out in front and played away. Shea off the shot. So one hands it behind that. Both teams are changing again. Oregon moved this along. Knocked out by Caleb Jones, but then blocked. And here come the Rangers. The backhand on by Taylor Radish, and an easy stop for Shalons. Start of season number 21 for Sidney Crosby. 3 times a Stanley Cup.
Your first as an NHL coach, how's the view?
No, it's great. It's an honor. It's an honor just to be in this league in any capacity. It's a huge honor, to be here in this organization as a head coach.
Thanks, Sid.
Thank you.
He is the 23rd coach in Penguins history. They've had some legendary men behind that bench. He spent the last 2 years here in New York as an assistant with the Rangers and Peter Laviolette. Laviolette for 2 years in Nashville. Nearing 2 minutes to go in the scoreless first period. Novak trying to stop and go. Laying into Susie and to Wes McCauley. Radish trying to pry it free for the Rangers. And finally it comes to him. He spent last year with Washington. Long pass for Sherry. And icing is the call.
What keeps you motivated at this stage of your career?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Danny is 43 years old when he was hired by Kyle Dubas. Dubas said we were looking for somebody who has shown the ability to develop players who has won. And he's been a head coach and who has a track record of coaching special teams in the National Hockey League. And Hughes checks all of those boxes as head coach in the United States. Developed in Notre Dame in Michigan for a couple of years, spent 6 years at Yale. He's only head coach in the USHL. He won that league's championship with Clark Cup, and he's done a great job when he's been running special teams there in NHL fences.
He's been a quietly effective coach, and to get this head coaching job is, really elevates his trajectory. Obviously, the Hurricane is 44 years old, so he wants his team to be relentless and get under. They're trying to build a culture in Pittsburgh again too. Everything is change it. Reeves gets the opportunity to help the
season last year, their first since Crosby's rookie season. They've now missed the playoffs 3 years in a row. They were 34, 36, and 12 last year. Playoff series, last first round 2018 against the Flyers. Hank McSann thought it was time to move on from Mike Sullivan. Ranzo, a couple of opportunities at the net front. And Shesterkin held his ground. And an icing call against the Rangers. Coming up next, the third and final game of our opening night triple header, the Avalanche at the Kings. That's at 10:30 Eastern Time. Tomorrow night, TNT gets its coverage started with a doubleheader, 7:30, the Bruins and the Capitals at 10. The Kings are at the Golden Knights. And Saturday, 7 on NHL Network, Montreal at Chicago. Blackhawks 3-2 loser in the season opener. And Florida earlier this evening.
Igor Shesterkin faced some busy work around the front of the net, and the Penguins have worked and positioned themselves below the goal line to the front of the net. The Rangers haven't defended that very well. And if you look at the way the Penguins have played, I'd say they've been the quicker team. They've been better on it.
Justin Brazeau, his first goal as a Penguin. Anthony Mantha retrieved the puck for him, and Pittsburgh has the lead with 32 seconds to go in the first period.
John, you mentioned Dan Hughes said these are 3 large humans on this one. Celtic pushes the NHL and face-off wins last year. But Malkin gets to the puck first, and the Rangers converge when the loose puck is. Panarin goes by Brazeau. Lafreniere goes by Brazeau. The big man, 6'5", is all alone in front of the net. He makes a nice move there, backhand, up over the shoulder, Igor Shesterkin. And we were just talking about the Penguins being in better position around the front of the Ranger net. Now they've got a 1-0 lead.
17th career goal in his 96th NHL game. Another guy's goal is almost 28 years old. One time last year between the Boston Bruins and the Minnesota Wild. 76 NHL games and all, 11 goals total. And a big body at 6'6", 232.
This little move here, he takes it quickly from the forehand to the backhand and flips it up over top of Shesterkin. But the point the Rangers will make when they look at that is, guys, we can't vacate the front of the net. Everybody chased the puck. Nobody remembered the 6'6" guy standing in front of the net.
Meanwhile, the stop on Lafreniere, 15 seconds in the period. This was a huge problem for the Rangers. Defensive lapses. Time and time again. Shesterkin's numbers were down, but a big part of that was the play in front of him.
After the stint in Minnesota with the Penguins in the first goal of the season.
Malkin assisted on the goal. ESPN bets the sports book for sports fans and an official partner of the National Hockey League. Malkin's assist, career point number 1,347. His 31st all-time in points in the NHL, now 2 behind number 30, Matt Sundin. Crosby sent it back to the line, moved quickly across the tag to Shea. That hit the body out in front. Kept in by Ryan Shea. Moved to the net front and centered, but intercepted by Will Cooley. Zibanejad tried to bank it around Letang. Shea there to cover. Billy Koivunen in the neutral zone. Zibanejad, Arthur's She-Logs. Making his Penguins debut. A bit of a surprise. Here the choice over the veteran Jari Lafreniere. That lines up off the far boards. Panarin trying to spin away from Quaverton and could not. So trying to send Malkin ahead. Malkin got knocked down. Wotherspoon raced to keep it in. Carried off Malkin to the bottom of the circle. Now Mantha for Malkin is picked up by Shesterkin. Followed shot by Erik Karlsson. And played up the wall, but not out by Panarin. Wotherspoon. Forward Boston Bruin. That one is deflected out of the ring. There's Leah Hextall.
Sean, when it comes to the Penguins rebuild, their general manager Kyle Dubas has resisted using the word timeline and instead uses urgency. It's a push to get back to contention as soon as possible. I spoke to Dubas prior to the game and I said, how do you plan to bridge the gap between the youth and the veterans who still want to win? He said consistent conversations about the team's philosophy, acquiring young players at a rapid pace via trade and the draft, and utilizing those assets to push the rebuild forward. He said, I'm trying to build something sustainable, and shortcuts do not lead to Stanley Cups.
Such a hard thing to do while you have your 7 top scorers from last year, all over 30 years old. 6 of them are still back here. And this is still a team that's just not going to lose enough to get right in the bottom of the draft. That would be part of the challenge.
And the Ravens really after it, and the shot by Lava. Wound up off the back wall. Good chance for the 22-year-old rookie making his NHL debut. Ray Schneider tried to bang it in. It was stopped by Caleb Jones at the line. Now Thomas Novak working on Buckenitis. And it's banked ahead and out by Radish. Played in 80 games last year for Washington. Cross-ice pass from Sheary. Sent in deeper by Radish to Lava. Sullivan raving about how big and strong Lava is. 6'3", 214, and he can really skate as well. Now Kendall, the 18-year-old rookie, on the ice with his fellow teenage rookie, Frelick, who lost the puck. Aaron Fox pitches in. Tomasino there for the Penguins. He won the puck and made it down with Carrick. Fox still in deep, and the Penguins look to capitalize on that. Tomasino set it in deeper. And played around by Gavrikov. The big free agent acquisition of the offseason for Chris Drury. Veteran defenseman, 29 years old. There's Lazar. He got a shot on, and it's frozen by Shesterkin. Picks off inside the NHL is back at an all-access pass with never-before-seen footage and sound from players and coaches. The new season is streaming now, only on Prime Video.
Rangers would like to spend some time, a little more time in the offensive zone. You see them with just 9 shots on goal, but it's really the lack of zone time that they would like to change here against the Penguin defense that has got a mishmash on the left side. And you've got a youngster and Gimmick on the right side, Letang and Carlson as well. And I can pressure them a little more, but I've been really impressed by the Pens here.
There's JT Miller. Vanajad stretched to stay on side. Vanajad most of his career at center, but he moved to the wing of the Miller line, and that is a duo that worked well together like Sullivan stick with it. And Shawans came sliding across. But it looked like Zibanejad was going to pop one into an empty net. Liga sweeps it in. And now the tag up the wall for Koivunen. Blocked by Trocheck, taken back by Raquel. He had a career high 35 goals last year. He was one that was talked about he might be traded at the deadline. They held on to him.
31 years old, a career high for him, a terrific year last year. He stayed healthy and was able to really produce.
Crowd trying to help Rangers find a little offense here. Having a tough time against this Penguin team. Still just 9 shots for New York. In and out the zone, Mantha couldn't play it for Malkin. Wotherspoon, the head for Malkin. Mantha, now Malkin, trying to get it back to Mantha. Buckenheim got it away. And then as Carlson dangled along the blue line, he lost the puck. They'll have to regroup. Erik Karlsson, now 35 years old. Here's Novak. Kendall the back wall with Schneider. Played around, and there to cover is Caleb Jones. Younger brother Seth Jones, who won a Stanley Cup with the Florida Panthers last year. Born in South Africa, his family moved to Canada when he was just 2 years old. He's just the second NHL player ever who was born in South Africa. Olaf Kolzig, the other.
Fraser gets his chances really coolly around the front of the net. Zibanejad takes that rebound, and it looks like a wide open net. The play is made by Ryan Shea as Sheloves is going to push from his left to his right. The puck actually goes under his glove and out the other side, but a nice reaction by Ryan Shea to tie up Zibanejad, with Cooley creating all kinds of problems in front of the net. He had a heck of a year last year. 20 goals, 301 hits for the Rangers.
Oh, very few Rangers who exceeded expectations. Ryan Shea played it across the tank, pumped it to the far wall. There, like a shot, and the puck runs up back behind Igor Shesterkin. Turned over to Nolan Chari and walked down in the corner by Shesterkin. Fourth line for Pittsburgh. Zach between Achari and Connor Dewar. Letang back on it, now 38 years old. Ryan Shea is 28, still trying to establish himself as an everyday defenseman. Played in only 70 NHL games prior to this season. And the puck got turned over to Cooley. 18 Miller couldn't play it as he was bumped by Raquel. Miller on the goes, and Oregon shot blocked up in front. Oregon came over from Seattle middle of last year, and they immediately gave him a 5-year extension. There's a shot on there by Carlson. By Raquel was deflected over the net by Mika Zibanejad.
A couple of sharp saves tonight for Shesterkin. That's one of them right there.
Played in his career high 61 games last year. Did Shesterkin, now 29 years old, left up. Tang tried to send it toward the net. Now Shea back on it. Played 4 years at Northeastern University for Rachel Madigan. There's Brazo. In behind the net. Panarin there for New York. Shea again. And now Letang. Malkin managed to move away from Panarin. Mantha covers the point. Headed toward the net. It was blocked by Morgan. Lafreniere stuck by Mantha. The Rangers having a tough time getting out of their own zone. Now finally they're through the neutral zone. Panarin trying to drop it back. Now on off the skate of Kendall.
Man, he's been impressive tonight. He has been in the right spot time and time again. He's created some chances as well.
And put it down low. Now a shot by Tomasino, blocked by Trocheck, the Pittsburgh native. He played youth hockey growing up with J.T. Miller for the Pittsburgh Hornets, longtime friends. We're happy to be reunited last year as New York Rangers. pass knocked down by a high stick. And Estafians with 11 minutes to go in the second period. We're in New York City opening.
Everything that's right about hockey, so it's a little weird being on the opposite bench, but I'm excited about this group I got in front of me.
Sure. Mike Sullivan, since he was introduced as Rangers coach, has been asked a lot about opening up against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Blake Lizotte with a shot on net for the Pens. So he wasn't sure what it was going to be like until we got closer, and then we visited with him about an hour and a half before the game, and he was asked the question again. You can tell the emotions were starting to sink in. He has such great admiration and affection for Sidney Crosby and the other veterans we coached, both as people and coaches. Rempe in on the forecheck. Rempe has some room behind the net. Travis centered. And Shea got a stick on it. The last 6 shot attempts in this game have come from Pittsburgh. Still a low shot total. 15 shots on goal for the Penguins and 11 for the Rangers. Mike Sullivan was the coach in Pittsburgh for a decade, the winningest coach in franchise history. Won the Cup back-to-back years. His first 2 years behind the bench, he's still the only American-born head coach to win more than one Stanley Cup. He and Tony Blake, the only to win the Stanley Cup in each of his first 2 years behind a team's bench. 57. I think Ray on a path to one day be in the Hall of Fame.
I think so. One of the game's best coaches.
Really good guys as well. Coach of the U.S. Olympic team. Led the U.S. team in the 4 Nations face-off last February.
He said he wanted to see more north-south from the Rangers when he was talking about Ranger hockey to us before the game. Wants to be quicker, wants to attack off the changes, off the neutral zone, and they just haven't got to that yet. And I think it's really important to remember if you're frustrated watching or whatever, it's game 1. It's halfway through. It's a long way to go.
The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game. Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else. The most NHL edge advanced stats and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
And obviously, Mike Sullivan very familiar with the team he inherited. His rivals, spirited rivals. Trocheck sends it back to the line. Played around by Gavrikov. It's a 7-year deal coming over from the game. $29 million. Really want to lock down defenseman. That is his strength. Not going to give a lot in the way of offense, but should be an excellent pairing alongside Al Fox. Going to have a bounce back year himself.
Really, Fox is the only Ranger defenseman that's going to provide much offense. So Fox needs that bounce back, but the guys that are supposed to lock it down, Gavrikov and the lead pack of it, they have to do that part of the job.
Now, this is a team you would think, Ray, that's going to have to get a ton of scoring from the top 2 lines.
It almost seems like it has to be their depth. You know, the 3rd and 4th line, you wonder whether they can score enough. Maybe Laba can give him a shot in the arm, but he's just a rookie, right? Like, it's hard.
Here's Snyder, numbers for New York. Shot by Sherry, it's free at the top of the crease and poked away by Shaylons. Shaylons to stick and retrieve. Snyder, they think he can give them more. He had shoulder surgery in the offseason, something that was bothering him for a while. And he's playing through it. Now it got turned over to Malkin. Here's Tomasino with Mantha. Tomasino trying to drag it around Sherry. It's off the back glass. And now Malkin into the circle, blocked by Long. And now Sherry. Left down by Radish. Now the bottom 6 forwards tonight for New York are Sherry, Lava, Radish, Edstrom, Carrick, and Rempe. You can't expect a lot of goal scoring from that bottom 6. And as you said, it's primarily a defense core.
Yeah, it also gives you the importance of that power play.
There's Rempe. Couldn't get it around Bruno. 4-on-2 go the Penguins across the board. The bad save made on Tommy Novak.
Bruitt blocked the shot, and then he was up in the rush. He was screaming at Novak 4-4. There was 4 Penguins up in the rush.
Berkeley centers and lines up with Fox. That one is blocked by a sprawling Novak. Kindle rather. Now Susie. Miller. Fox to a top angle. And carried into the corner. Kept in by Miller. He set Rick Wine. Up off the boards by Kindle. He took a nudge from Miller. Down to 6:35 to go. Second period. Still 1-0 Pittsburgh. Justin Brazeau goal in his Pittsburgh debut. An icing call against New York.
When you look at the top 2 lines, as we've talked about, Miller's line really hasn't spent a lot of time in the offensive zone. Now they're stuck out here on a lengthy shift. Cooley and Zibanejad, they've really had only 1 or 2 good chances. Zibanejad had one early and missed the net. Zibanejad will take this draw in the right corner against Crosby, one of the advantages of having a couple of centermen on the same line.
Carlson. 9 seasons of 50-plus points. More than any defenseman. Koivunen and Fox, Raquel and Miller all there, waiting for the puck to pop out. It comes to Crosby. And as always, uses his body so well down low. Carlson didn't get good wood on that one time to the top of the circle. Waterspoon played it ahead to Koivunen. Off the back, Dasher, Raquel, top angle, Crosby, and Raquel. And they're away from Susie, free puck. Koivunen hit the post. Took it to the backhand, and she started down and out. And knocked it off the goalpost.
And not dissimilar from the goal that Brazeau scored. The Rangers vacated the front of the net, and Koivunen all by himself with a chance for his first NHL goal.
22-year-old Finn won't get a better opportunity. Brewer's shot wound up coming back into the neutral zone. He has it back, trying to spin and pass, and Trocheck deflected it. And Schneider lost it. Down to 5 minutes to go, second period. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Brazeau the goal in the first. Brewer worked it free, and Letang doesn't even miss. And then Panarin took it away. Starting to center it, Noel Charlie. Panarin behind the net. The finish in the face, making Sheelots. As that one went high and wide for Panarin. Schneider down low, and then Radish. And wind up in the corner. Panarin. Centers one, trying to get to Lava. Panarin again. Back to the line, Morgan. Or Vacanandi. Morgan, Panarin a one-timer. Now Chari. Lava took it away. Back for Vacanandi. It comes to a Chari. Banked ahead by Dewar. He's desperate to get off as he slid it in softly. The Penguins do get a line change, and Sheelots will cover that. And Shea adjusting. And Ryan Shea showing the benefit of that Northeastern University education. Wise to skate away.
Yeah, it's a good move. 265 pounds now is Reppy. There the Rangers out to stop the Crosby one-timer. Fox jumps out to block it, and as he doesn't get the block, that leaves Koivunen all by himself. That Shesterkin is going to get a piece of his puck right here with his glove. He gets the top end of his glove on it, it deflects off the goalpost and wide. The prize of the Jake Gensel trade with Carolina a couple of years ago, along with that draft pick that became Harrison Bruitt. But Koivunen had 7 assists in his games last year. At the start of Crosby this year.
No goals in those games. Kept off by Sheelots. Dipped in deeper by Brazel. Lava working on Malkin. 22-year-old rookie against one of the greats of all time, Malkin.
Did a good job there. He pressed up Malkin against the boards. He wasn't able to get off and create a chance.
This is a man's league. Malkin 6'5", 213. Same two in about the same league. All his own. There's 3 minutes to go, second period. Mantha. Carlson tried to head man it. Kendall got knocked off the puck. Now Rippey. Couldn't ship Carlson. And it winds up with Kendall. Kendall, 18 years old for British Columbia.
His parents are out here. They were on the same flight as me yesterday. They're so excited. They're here for the weekend to watch Sam play his first couple of games.
Turnovers and penalties. One save by Sheehan. Looking for a top bang. And at the same time, comes alive. That's the stick of Zibanejad. And now Wotherspoon for Tomasino. Former Nashville Predator. Here's Schneider stepping back into the zone. JT Miller. Out around the shoe with the pass to the chance. 35 in the period. And now Crosby. Trying to make the move on Buchanan. Nobody else in white in the offensive zone. They're changing. Now he's pointed out in front. Raquel was in the crease. And it wound up off the back wall. Schneider with some speed, one for one, save by Sheehan. He's stopped everything so far as a pick by Payne. Sheehan stuck his stick out. And here's a tripping call against Pittsburgh. They break the call. Sidney Crosby arguing with that decision. Chris Letang going off.
2 minutes for tripping.
Ross and Cassie Campbell Pascal standing by bringing that one. Here in the middle game of this triple header, the Penguins leading 1-0. Cam Hughes' debut as Pittsburgh coach. 1:05 to go in the second period, and Mike Sullivan's New York Rangers have a power play. They're 0 for 1.
In that first power play, they set up with Miller in the bumper spot. He generally plays out on the flanks, but they've got Panarin and Zibanejad out on the flanks. Trocheck in front of the net. They have the opportunity with the left-handed, right-handed combination to have 3 or 4 one-time possibilities. That would be what they wanted accomplished. However, they weren't able to get set at all in the first period.
They gave it in at the line. It's good to go in the period. Timmy Panarin offers a Zibanejad. Panarin shot out by Sheehan.
Penguins get the puck. Wotherspoon. Shea has a chance to clear. It's a really good clearance. That Fox elevates to the puck line. And here's one of those one-timers. You see Panarin is going to come down the road. On the goal line, there's Zibanejad. He gets to walk into that one-timer and Sheehan. Perfect so far.
Again, keeps it in. Design. Wotherspoon worked to get it up. Back in by Fox. There, gave it back to Fox. Lazat pressuring up high. Miller played it along for Zibanejad, and now Trocheck. Under a half minute to go in the period. Fox. Zibanejad running the circle, and another stop by Sheehan.
Last year in the first game of the season, Arthur Sheehan had to start in Vancouver with Thatcher Demko injured. Sheehan had come off a brilliant playoff run, whereas the third Canucks goalie got him into the second round. They lost Game 7 to Edmonton. In the opener last year against Calgary, it all came apart for him. He lost 6-5. He lost his confidence. He started to scramble around the net. Ended up in the American League, where, as I said earlier, he won the AHL championship with the Canucks farm team in Abbotsford. He was terrific in the playoffs.
It's interesting he got the call instead of the longtime Penguin, his 10th year, Tristan Jarry. He's had an up and down career with the Penguins. Trocheck turns into the corner, under 5 seconds to go in the period. Centering pass and no time for Panarin. Right out in front of the net. So the power play will carry.
As the game becomes more comfortable for them, you've got to react. You've got to play on instinct. And for the Rangers, I think I'd like to see that in the third period. Don't try to think your way around the ice. Just go play. They've made a change on the power play here. Lafreniere is out instead of Trocheck to start.
Use of team both learning new systems. Lafreniere pinned by Ryan Shea. 30 seconds left on the penalty to Chris Letang. 1-0 Pittsburgh in the opening 30 seconds of period 3. Artemi Panarin for JT Miller. He falls down on his fresh ice. Lafreniere sweeps it around. 10 seconds on the New York power play. Panarin looking for a tap. Lafreniere had it smothered by Artur Shilovs. Still flawless in his Pittsburgh debut. As Miller gets some new steel as he blows a shoe in the first minute of this period. There's Lafreniere pulling his way to the front of the net to take the pass from Panarin. Another good play by Ryan Shea defensively to deflect the puck. Shilovs able just to cover it up. Pretty easy night so far for Shilovs. He's made a couple of good saves, in particular late in the second period, but hasn't had a lot of second chance opportunities to deal with. Through 2 periods, those 20 shots from the New York Rangers on goal, 5 each from Zibanejad and Lafreniere. They combined for 10. The entire rest of the teams combined for 10. Cooley shot blocked by McNeil. Pittsburgh's back at full strength. Susie Morgan looking for a tip. Rapish played it into an open corner. And the Penguins play it out, bouncing and rolling puck all the way down to Igor Shesterkin. And now Trocheck. Has it back. Great wide to a wide open Rapish. Banks it in behind for Trocheck. Cooley goes to the net front. Gavrikov had it blocked by Toivonen. Trocheck wound up for one-timer, and it's blocked by Carlson. Eric broke his stick. Here's Leah Hextall.
Sean, David Quinn is the first Rangers head coach to be fired and then hired back as an assistant after spending 3 seasons here at the helm. And I spoke with him in the second intermission and asked, what's it like to be back in the new role? He said it wasn't exactly easy, but he loves the city and it was a chance to continue to work with Mike Sullivan. He said, right now, though, my team needs to generate some offense, and they're going to do that by getting pucks in the net, and it feels like they're forcing it too much in the middle of the ice.
Sully brings his longtime ex-teammate at one point at BU, David Quinn, with him, and Quinn helped coach his Penguins power play to a resurgence last year, and they're 0 for 2 this year, but that's the hope, is that while Quinn works with the defense during the main part of practice and stuff, is that the power play is also in his portfolio, and he's very good at it. And they hope to revitalize that Ranger power play.
Well, Hurt, when he was let go as the head coach, he was brought in when they were in a rebuild that they had announced to their fan base. He played the young players. And when Hurt said, he was quite surprised when he was let go when they were really ready to take a step toward competing. I don't think he would have come back here were it not for Mike Sullivan. As you mentioned, they've known each other a long time, back to their days at Boston University, and he has tremendous respect for Sullivan, what a great coach he is. I give David Quinn a lot of credit for doing that. A lot of men wouldn't do that. In on the forecheck. Lava got it back to the point to Vakanainen. Brunik got knocked down by Sherry. Sherry was looking for a call. He thought Brunik had his stick pin. On the red line, Malkin poked it into the zone. Brazeau, who has the only goal of this game, had just won in his last 36 games of last season between Boston and Minnesota. Attack, cup angle shot. Brazeau poking away at the rebound, and it's smothered by Shesterkin.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Thursday, it's the NHL on ESPN Plus and Hulu at 7:30. The Devils take on the Hurricanes, and at 10, it's the Golden Knights and the Sharks. Both games are also available on the outstanding new ESPN app.
And it is torture when you don't get to play on opening night, and then you don't play on the second night, and you're waiting for the third night. All the teams start get rolling, and you're just sitting around. You've had enough of practice at camp, and everybody itching to get going.
Here's Anthony Mantha, staying on side. The backhand of the pad save made by Shesterkin. Kept in by the tag. Mantha stopped by Shesterkin.
Oh, huge stop for a 1-0 game.
Poorly deflected that, so therefore no offside. Great chance from point-blank range from Mantha, trying to make it 2-0. Gavrikov stopped the play. Now he's on it with Anthony Mantha in on the forecheck. Lafreniere couldn't move it up. Chari got banged down by Trocheck. Lafreniere. And now Carlson. Wotherspoon trying to move it quickly. Fox a nice play. Trying to center it. And it looked like Shelov's got a piece of that. 4 minutes gone by, third period. 1-0 Pittsburgh. It's banked into the zone. Connor do it. Charlie on the forecheck with Lazat. This is the fourth line for Dan Hughes. Trying to win his debut behind the Penguins bench. Lafreniere banked out. Both teams are changing. Caleb Jones, it rolls in right as Shesterkin on the left to play. Crosby on the forecheck. Robin moves it into the corner. Punched it. Crosby trying to fend off Morgan. Good. Briskly across to Jones. He was pressured up high by Sherry. Crosby looked to center instead, fed the puck to Burke. Shesterkin, and he'll cover. But the Rangers hemmed in their own zone.
Well, Harrison gets a good chance with the point, but prior turnovers, the Rangers got firm enough under the zone's advantage. Wants to flip this through to Miller, and with all the blue shirts heading out of the zone, that leaves Anthony Mantha all alone 3 times tonight. It has been a Penguin and Shesterkin all alone in the slot. Brazeau scored. Koivunen hit the goalpost. After Shesterkin made a little glove stop on that post shot, and there a terrific save on that.
Braden Schneider on the move. Advantage at it. Carries off Mantha. That's picked up by Brazeau. Bouncing puck. Vakanainen lost it to Mantha. He's been a force for Pittsburgh tonight. Shea from the tank. Now Mantha. He's capable of scoring. He has 146 career goals. He's got a big shot. He's a big man at 6'5". Missed most of last year with an ACL surgery. And he gets a chance here to play in Pittsburgh. And gets to play with Jay Malkin. Into the corner with Tomasino. Skated by Edstrom. This is the fourth line for Mike Sullivan between the two giants. And Berg hasn't played a lot in the NHL. It's his first game in this tournament to tuck out of the way of Rippey. Edstrom the other way. He's even bigger than him. Tomasino. Back to the line for Bruning. The handoff to John. It's the knocked down by Shesterkin. Oh, Bruning took a big hit for Edstrom here. Welcome to the NHL. Bruning's going off. 13:25 to go. Third period, 1-0 Pittsburgh. Tough angle shot from Tomasino. Sticking box into the corner. And Carrick banks it up, not very far out. Rangers hurrying to change. Carlson into the corner. Curry's there. Providence found Pryor. Now it's Trocheck. Zusi came in to help him, and Chari's still there for the Penguins. And squirts free with Trocheck. Now Zusi with some skating room. The handoff for Trocheck. He spins around. Lafreniere trying to get away from Wotherspoon in some confusion. Logan was at the point, but he was sliding along the line toward the center. And Lafreniere didn't anticipate that. Vakanainen wants the first round pick of the Boston Bruins. He has it back. Schneider up to the line, tipped in by Cooley. Letang with Miller on his heels. Shea with Cooley moving in. And it bounces off the wall. To Crosby. He swept it off, thinking Letang was going to dive toward the net, and he did not. Zibanejad the other way. And it rolls into Shelots, who covers. 1-0 Pittsburgh. The shots are even now at 23 apiece. The 20-25.
Won 16 games in the playoffs last year for Abbotsford. The Ducks first team as they won the Calder Cup. He's been terrific here tonight. He got the start over Tristan Jarry. And after a pretty good camp, Sheloff's playing very well in his first Penguin start. The Penguins have a 21-year-old Sergei Murashov, who they are extremely high on. They just loved the camp he had, and he's going to the American League to get some seasoning. They clearly think he's the goalie of the future.
Some in the immediate Pittsburgh thought it should be the goalie of the present tonight. That was not the case. Those numbers piled by the SAP coaching insights. Opener last year for Shelots is against Calgary, and the Penguins are offside.
When he came to Vancouver under almost emergency conditions, he ended up getting thrown into the playoffs after Thatcher Demko was injured, and then Casey DeSmith was injured. All of a sudden, Sheloff was the goalie. They didn't have anybody else. And he won the first round series against Nashville. He lost Game 7, 3-2 to the Oilers. The first year that the Oilers went to the Stanley Cup final, and kind of became a folk hero. Last year didn't go so well in the NHL for him, and the Canucks are loaded in goal, and rather than lose him for nothing on waivers, they picked up a fourth-round pick from the Penguins.
Well, one of the things that is, you would think, causing a problem for Pittsburgh as they try to rebuild is the contract for Tristan Jarry, 3-5, and Brazo missed the net. Jarry's 30 years old, in the midst of a 5-year deal for almost $27 million that they gave him in July of 2023. Not chosen to be the starter tonight. And Ray, I think it's been frustrating if you're a Penguins fan because this guy is on top. His game is very good, twice an all-star, but he was also bad enough last year that they sent him down to the minors.
He just lost his game, and when he came back, he was actually pretty good. A 904 save percentage was Jarry. But now you're stuck a little bit because until he can play better, they signed Jari and they signed Ryan Graves as a free agent. Same summer, Graves is on waivers and is now down in the American Hockey League. He signed a 5-year deal as well. And Jari just trying to find his game again.
Graves has 4 years left at about $4.5 million per year. That contract isn't aging well. They do have some veteran standbys. There are healthy scratches tonight on defense. Matt Dump and Connor Clifton, a lot of NHL experience. Neither in there tonight. The 19-year-old Brunick is. Nearing 10.5 minutes remaining. Can the Rangers find a goal? Zibanejad, Fox, they're all getting close to that. Cooley couldn't get it through. He was pressured by Caleb Jones. Fox kept it in. Zibanejad off for Gavrikov at the puck on Coleman. All the way into Sheeloz, who nudged it toward the goal line, and then Fox couldn't keep it in. They'll regroup with Miller, and Cooley trailing. Back for JT Miller. Trying to get it back to Cooley, and a good stick by Caleb Jones.
Good shift for Jones.
Gavrikov kept it in. And now Lazat with some skating room. The Rangers in the midst of a change. Vakanainen took it away, but Tang kept it in. And Edstrom approached him. Looks like Letang might have hit him up high with his stick. At least Edstrom was trying to sell that. Put his hand up to his face. He goes into the forecheck on Shea. 9:25 to go. Tarek, bothered by Lazat. Touched off nicely by Achari to do it. He's content to dump it in and do it.
And for 50 minutes, I don't think this game could have done much better for the Penguins. This is it shut down the Rangers. Of course, the Rangers don't have a goal, but really not quite full of chances either.
So stopped by Sheila. Still leading 1-0 in the second game of our opening night tripleheader.
Hockey is here on ESPN. Ready? Tron.
Tortorella. Back. There's the head coach. This team being shut out with under 9 minutes to go. Put it in for Trocheck behind it. Top line out. Court coach Sullivan. Trocheck between Panarin and Lafreniere. Top detail out there as well. Fox and Gavrikov. Got turned over to Mantha. Now Malkin. Lays it ahead for the 18-year-old Ben Campbell. Igor Shesterkin. They got turned over and Mantha presence again. And Campbell couldn't handle the pass.
So he threw a rock at him. He had him for the one-timer, and Mantha knew it. He had Kindle opened up for the one-timer, and he whipped on the pass. He wasn't happy with himself at all.
There's a kill with some speed. Wrap around. The Sturgeon held the post. Another 8 minutes 30 times for the Predators. A surprisingly disappointing season for them. Letang moved it ahead for Raquel. 7.5 to go. To Savannah. Brunick with Cherry there. Brunick and Kendall, two teenagers in the lineup on opening night, just the third time in Penguins history they've had two teams make their NHL debut on the same night as season opener. Back in 2006 against Philadelphia, Chris Letang and George Stahl. October 11th, 1984, Mario Lemieux and Doug Bodger. Mario Lemieux famously scored on his first shift in the National Hockey League.
Do you think Doug Bodger went under the radar a little bit on that night?
Right. He was being overshadowed somewhat. He's not alone. I can't believe Mario Lemieux just turned 60 years old the other day. The old Boston Garden against the Bruins. Here's Pavera. Right here on the pass. Puck on the far wall. Couldn't move it out. At the line, Gavrikov couldn't keep it in. Down to 6 minutes to go. Trocheck working on Carlson. Carlson, Waterspoon. They played together in the preseason, but that's a new pairing. Waterspoon's a newcomer. Carlson said he's a relatively easy guy to play with, Waterspoon, based on what he's seen so far.
He's watching Malkin tonight. He's had really good legs here. He really wants to have a good season this year. He doesn't want this to be the end, but he's had good feet, and that's always the key. When Malkin skates, tough to handle.
There's that back to line. Some room for Gordon. For Soucy. Throw it down. Buys advantage in. That's one popped over the net. With Sheilot's down and Miller right in his left, centering pass for Brazo. And it wound up with Savannah. 5 minutes to go, third period.
His old teammate JT Miller in Vancouver was sitting right on top of Sheilot with that scrambling play around the back of the side of the net where Zibanejad had the chance to tie.
Jerk it out, just sweep it over there. Raquel got it back. Sent in from the play by Caleb Jones. Then backed out by Earl Buckner. They tried to put back in. Dustin got it. Charlie put a backhand on net. Handled easily by Igor Shesterkin. Coming up next, Nathan McKinnon and the Avs in Los Angeles to take on the Kings.
And Doug.
Are you here for Tracy?
We're here for everyone.
Tomorrow on TNT, HBO Max, a doubleheader, Bruins, Capitals at 7:30, followed by the Kings and the Golden Knights. Will open for. And then Saturday at 7 on NHL Network, the Canadiens and the Blackhawks. Blackhawks lost earlier tonight, the first game of this season. 3-2 in Florida. Jesper Boqvist, the game winner, midway through the third period. Panthers trying for the three-peat.
Certainly made hurting with Boqvist's injury.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate.
And a terrible loss for them. Outbreak. Really a nothing play at practice. Going for the year.
Catch all around players in the NHL. Bouncing puck up in front and off the stick of Bruce. Gavrikov with 4 minutes to go. There trying a one-timer. He was spun around a bit and didn't get good one on it. Now Mantha had another chance and he won. Hands one on net. It's still free. And it slides out to Gavrikov. Up the wall and intercepted by Carlson. Brought back in by Lazat. Right in the front to the net front. Angeles Kings.
That was a good pass by Lazard as he went around Gavrikov and forced Shesterkin into another rather difficult stop.
He's a feisty little guy, just 5'8", Lazard, about 170 pounds. Here's Zibanejad off the side of the net. He's back to Nico. Oregon moves it to Susie, trying to get around Kendall. Susie trying to center off the stick of Carlson. Then he played it away before Cooley got on top of him. And Crosby moved out. Under 3 minutes to go. Time he's starting to think about Shesterkin coming out of the net.
Oh, Kendall on the ice here with a 1-goal lead. In his first NHL game, he comes up to take the spot of Koivunen alongside of Raquel and Crosby. When you talk to confidence from the Penguins.
That's by Dan Hughes. In his debut, Voracek snaps it in. Shesterkin coming out of the net. 2:20 to go, the net empty for New York, and the extra attacker on. They're empty for Milwaukee. Bransell. Empty net. Score. Justin Bransell has both goals, and the Penguins lead 2-0 with 2:12 to go.
What a night this line has had. Matt has been terrific. Malkin, I mentioned earlier, has skated extremely well. He's got assists on both goals by Justin Brazeau. Brazeau signed here as a free agent in the offseason. Mantha wins his puck on the boards, and when Miller goes by the puck, he can't pinch it against the wall. Malkin feathers one into the middle of the ice, and Brazeau